So I'm really excited for you. We're going to start with the manual. The manual is all things NutriMost. So any question you have will be in the manual. The manual also has recipes in the back, wonderful, wonderful recipes, and any question that you might have is in here. So please refer to the manual if you have a question. It's probably in there. We have two journals. One is the man journal, and the other is our regular journal. Inside your journal cover, we're going to start with that. Inside your journal cover, you have 3 stickers here. First is our email. The best way to get a hold of us is through our email. I can answer emails wherever I may be in the world and even on weekends. So the best way to reach us is by email. And let me encourage you, if you have any question whatsoever during the entire program, make sure you email me that question. I would much rather answer your question right away than for you to wait and come in for your appointment and that question has been not answered and you may be doing something wrong until you come in. The other one is our office phone number. I encourage you that if you have a question or a message that you need to get to us, do send it by email. If you do call the office number and we're not in, we're not going to get that message until we are in. Now, another sticker here is the NutriMostRecipes.com. Excellent place to go. So if you want recipes, or there's even, if you scroll down to the bottom of that first page, there are products on there that are NutriMost approved. They're oil-free products like shampoo, deodorant, things that you can buy at your local store. The next is NutriMost Support on Facebook. There is a huge community on Facebook. You just type in NutriMost Support and there's almost 6,000 people right now, probably over 6,000 by the time we get this video out. Now, the next sticker is about Neva. This is very important. Neva is the NutriMost Integrated Virtual Assistant. I'm going to be texting your weight-in every morning, and in the afternoon, I get your statistics. So I'll be watching you when you're not in the office. The phone number is right here, and in the message box, you'll type NIVA19 and send that off to that phone number. You do not need to put the parentheses, just type NIVA19 and send it to that phone number. Then Neva will ask you a few questions and then you'll be logged in and then you'll text your weight in first thing every morning. Just your weight, just the numbers. On the first page is going to be the supplement page. And by the way, you're going to be bringing your journal in with you every single week. So do not forget your journal at home. You need to bring this in. This is the only way I can coach you, is if I can see what you're doing every day. And remember, you have to fill out your journal. So don't forget to do that. And I need to see everything in ounces and calories. So we'll get to that in just a moment. So you have your morning column, your lunch column, and your dinner column. Your supplements will be listed. We'll have written pink salt and apple cider vinegar. And we'll get to that in just a moment. The first line is about your formula. It says that you're going to take 0.5 underneath your tongue. You're going to hold it for 2 minutes and then swallow it. You're going to take it first thing in the morning, right before you go to bed, and then in between lunch and dinner. The most important thing is that you don't put anything else in your mouth immediately after. You want to wait 30 minutes. So 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after. So when you wake up is a good time, then you go and do your stuff, you take your shower, you go to the bathroom, you weigh yourself, and then you text in your weight. By the time everything is all done, then it's been 30 minutes, and then you can brush your teeth. And then right before bed is easy. You brush your teeth, and 30 minutes later, you take your formula and you go to sleep. In between lunch and dinner is a little harder because sometimes that's when I would forget. So right after I'd eat my lunch, I'd set my timer on my phone for 30 minutes, and then I'd take my formula, and then I'd set my timer again for 30 minutes, and then I'd start sipping my water again. So this is your weight loss formula in the green bottle. It's marked, there's a dropper in there marked 0.5. So it's 0.5 underneath your tongue 3 times a day. You're going to success the bottle. It means success means you're going to shake it in your hand. then you'll take the formula. Your next bottle is the mineral formula. The mineral formula will have a number on the front. We'll have written the number on the front, and it's also written in here in case it wears off. You're going to be taking that formula and putting it into a bottle of 24 ounces of sipping water. Now, I like the sparkling mineral water because it's bubbly and it's fun. If I'm going to have to sip on something all day, I want it to be bubbly, and you can keep the top off the bottle and it won't lose its bubble. So that's kind of fun. But otherwise, any other water. And speaking of water, any water is good except for tap water. So you never want to drink city tap water because it's full of chemicals. So spring water, mineral water, alkaline water, purified water, any water is good as long as it comes from a clean source. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk about is Hydromolecular. So Hydromolecular is a tablet that you're going to put in another bottle of water, purified water, and all those bottled waters are they're 16 ounces. So you're going to put one tablet in the bottled water and put the cap on it. It takes a few minutes to dissolve, about 5-10 minutes, and then you're going to drink it. You can drink it quickly, or you can take 3-4 hours to drink it. The idea is, though, is you put the cap back on it to trap that molecular hydrogen in the bottle. This is very good. Now, I like to take mine in the morning since we're not having breakfast. It's just easy to drink it first thing in the morning, but you can really drink it any time of the day. It's fine. So you'll notice that in your journal, I have moved number 3, which is Hydrovitalize, down into the supplement area because it truly is more like a supplement. Now, some people will have one supplement, some people will have 2 supplements, and some people will require up to 3 supplements. So all your supplements are going to be written in your journal right here. And again, this is your morning column, your lunch column, and your dinner column, and it'll be marked. So you would want to take your supplements with food, except obviously in the morning you're not eating. So you can just take them in the morning. If it happens to bother your stomach, then just wait until your late morning snack, which will be your fruit, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Now, I write pink salt in here because you want to make sure that you're getting pink salt. This is pink salt. It's the best salt that you can get. In fact, people come back often after doing the program and they get their pink salt. The pink salt is very high in minerals, and if you're dehydrated, it's minerals that draw the hydration into the cell. So we want to make sure that you're getting the best salt that money can buy, and that is pink salt. You'll use pink salt liberally. It does have a very strong salt flavor, and if you don't happen to like salt, you definitely still want to get it in so you can lick it and then drink some water, or you can dip your food in it, or you can sprinkle it after your food is cooked. But it is very good. Your whole family can use it. Some people are concerned if they have high blood pressure and they've been told not to have salt. You can have this salt because you're actually drawing hydration into the cell. The other kind of salt is not good for you. It will raise your blood pressure, the regular table salt. And I do have an article we can print out for you if you would like to see that article. But this is pink salt. You want to use it liberally. You can even sprinkle it in your sipping water. If your hydration is really low, I might direct you to take a little bit of salt, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon, and put it in some water and drink it down in the morning and then again at night. So we want to get your minerals up in your body if you are dehydrated. Now, under pink salt, I have written in your book 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar in hot water after meals. And may have written cinnamon flavored stevia there too. It comes as a liquid. So what that means is you're gonna, after meals, maybe, and I do this every night still, is after dinner or after lunch, you're gonna have a nice size mug, maybe 10 ounces of hot water, and you're gonna shake your Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and then you're gonna put 2 tablespoons in there. I actually put like 3 whole squirts of cinnamon flavored stevia in it because it's just so good. and to me it tastes just like a hot apple pie. So that's my dessert, kind of. That's what I drink at night, and if I can get it after lunch, I will do that. It's very good for digestion and for weight loss and for gaining hydration in the body. That's why we have you do it. So don't wait to do it. Go ahead and start right away doing your Bragg's apple cider vinegar after meals. And if you can't get it at lunch for some reason, you're at work and you just can't have it, definitely get it after dinner. What happens is the hot water goes into your food and helps digest it, and then the apple cider vinegar helps digest it, and then it increases the hydration in your body and helps move that fat out of your body. So you definitely want to do that. Now on the second page of your journal is the rules simplified. Rules simplified. Just follow the rules. It's very simple. Honestly, it's very simple. Basically, you're not going to be eating the same meat twice in one day nor the next day. So if you have chicken today, you can't have it later, and you can't have it tomorrow, but the next day you can have it. Your fruit rule is that you're not going to have the same fruit twice in one day, but you can have the same fruit every day. The vegetable is the same thing. You can't have the same vegetable twice in one day, but you can have it the next day. So the same vegetables every day. I really like it if you can get spinach, tomatoes, and oranges, because they are higher in mineral content, and if you can just start working that in, that would be great. One thing I want to point out is that the program is unforgiving. So you want to be very careful not to lick something, taste something. If you're doing, if you're cooking meals for your family, you know, you want to make sure that you don't accidentally put something in your mouth that doesn't belong there. It's very unforgiving. So read your labels, make sure if you're using spices that it doesn't say natural flavoring, because natural flavoring means that it's hiding something that you shouldn't be having. So a basic, you know, salt and pepper, your pink salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and all that is in the manual. Okay. Let's go to your phases and what you're going to be eating. So the next page is phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is day 1, phase 2 is day 2 through day 20. That's all you have to worry about right now. Don't worry about your next phases. We'll completely walk you through that. You don't have to worry about that. On your first day, you're going to be taking all your supplements. So everything that you've been given, you're going to start that first day. The first day you can basically eat anything you want, so go ahead and enjoy, but you want to get in healthy fats at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's a list of healthy fats here. It doesn't mean you eat everything on this list. It just means that you want to choose some things from this list. Now I've written on here 2 to 4 tablespoons of coconut oil, so if you can start getting that in right away, that would be great. Now coconut oil, it comes as a solid, and you want to turn the bottle around, and you want to make sure that you're buying unrefined coconut oil, unrefined. And we write that right in here, unrefined. You want to get coconut oil anyway, because we may be using that periodically through your program, so make sure you have some on hand. I really like it if you get it in that first day. If you're not starting yet in a couple days, you can go ahead and start your coconut oil right away and start using your pink salt right away. So let's go to your day 2. Now in your journal, I've highlighted some rules that I want you to follow and what I'm asking you to do. So you're going to be getting, in your protein, you want to cook your protein and then weigh it. So you want to cook it and then weigh it. We want to make sure you're getting the full ounces of your protein choice. So you're going to cook and weigh out 3 ounces of a land choice. That would be chicken or beef or anything that walks on the earth. And then you have a seafood choice, 5 ounces of a seafood. So you're going to cook it and weigh it. We like you to have a land and sea or a sea and sea. 2 lands in one day may give you too many calories. So a land and sea or a sea and sea. Your vegetable column, it's written 8 to 10 ounces, so if you're a woman, you might be going for 8 ounces of your single vegetable choices at lunch and dinner. And if you're a man, definitely going for 10 ounces. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't eat 10 ounces if you're a woman, but we definitely want you to get enough calories. So you can't just have 4 ounces because that'll put you way under your calories, and we don't want that. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. Your fruit, you're going to follow your fruit rules. And then here in your little purple area, it says total fluids. What that means is every single day I want you to be notching out how many ounces of total fluids. That means coffee, tea, water, your sipping water, your hydromolecular water. Everything needs to be written down and totaled up in ounces for me every day. I want to see that you are getting hydration. It's very important. So when you come back that first week, if you're dehydrated, I can tell you to drink more or give you more minerals or whatever's necessary. I want to see what you're drinking. Now here, there's some highlights here. I'd like you to write down the ounces of what you're eating because I want to make sure that you're getting enough. So if you have like chicken, you're going to put chicken 3 ounces or the number 3, and then the calories you're going to total up over here. And the same with your vegetables. So if you're getting 8 ounces of asparagus, you're going to write that down. And by the way, the vegetables, it's a raw weight. So you're going to weigh it first, and then you can cook it or steam it however you're going to eat your vegetables. So that's a raw weight, and then you can steam it down. Your fruit, so we're not going to eat breakfast, right? What we are going to have is a late morning snack, which is a fruit. So you can eat your fruit as a late morning snack about an hour before lunch, or you can eat it with lunch. I don't mind if you have it as a late morning snack. I do. Your lunch, you're going to have your protein and vegetable. You're going to write it down, the ounces, and then total the calories. I like to have a fruit as a late afternoon snack. That's about an hour before dinner, or maybe on my way home from work. I just eat that piece of fruit. And then at dinner, I'm having my protein and another single vegetable, 8 to 10 ounces. And then nothing after dinner. Now, it says here, total calories approximately 500. So 500, yes, you just don't want to go under 500. What happens is sometimes people will go into starvation mode where you won't lose. In fact, you could eat 400 calories and gain a pound. And that's because your body thinks it's going into starvation. So usually women, I like between 525 and 550, and then men between 550 and 600. So it doesn't mean that you can't, if you're a woman, if your calories go up to 600, it's not bad, okay? You're going to be okay. But if you don't eat enough, then you might go into that starvation mode. And if you're a man, if you don't get quite 600 calories that day, you get 550, that's okay. But I've got it highlighted 550 to 600. So as long as you're over 500 and between 500 and 600, you'll be fine. One of the common things that I get from my patients is that they're just not hungry, and it's so much to eat is what I get. You know, it is quantity of food, believe it or not. You know, you wonder 500 to 600 calories. You know, I'm going to die, but you're not actually, and that's a lot of food to eat in one day. You're just not getting all the extras, the sugars and the oils, and you're not hungry because your body's in autophagy. But you do have to have that food going through your mouth. That's the only way to fix a metabolism, is actually having food going through your mouth. So that's why I like you to split up your fruits. That way you're having something going through your digestive system all day, and it really does work and fix the metabolism. So we want to keep that in mind. And then it's going to be the same every day from that. Now don't forget that you're going to be bringing your manual in, or I'm sorry, your journal in with you every day. Also, this is just a quick reference for calorie counting purposes only, okay, only. What you're going to be choosing is directly from the report that we've printed out for you. So you definitely want to read your report. There's lots of good information in there. You're going to read your report. On the 4th page usually are your positive affirmations right here. You want to write them in the front or the back of your journal, and you want to say them out loud a few times a day. Say them out loud, say them with meaning and passion. That's what you've been tested for, that you would that best resonates with your body, and it would benefit you the most. Now, going to the last 2 pages will be your proteins and then your fruits and vegetables. Now, I know that it says, please take your bottom 6 foods and eat them on only rare occasions, about once a week. If you've noticed, I've crossed out your bottom 6. And what that means is I don't want you going to your bottom 6 unless it's an emergency, because I know through experience that if you go to your bottom 6, you will snafu your program. You won't lose as much as you possibly could. So if you stay in the top, that would be best. Now with your meats, with your proteins, fresh is best, organic is best, and if you're going to buy a seafood, you want to buy a wild seafood. Especially if we go back to the organic chicken. Non-organic chicken is very bad for you to begin with, and it does snafu people's programs all the time. So if I were to insist on one protein being organic, it would be your chicken. Having that boneless, skinless chicken breast. They're at the health food store, and that would be my choice. Now on your second page here, your last page of your report are your vegetables and your fruits. Highest resonating frequency down to the lowest again. And I've crossed out your bottom 6. So again, organic is better, fresh is best. And if you happen to have a cucumber or an apple that is waxed, you want to peel it. So most organic ones don't come waxed, but if it looks like it has wax on it, make sure you peel it, because there's a lot of chemicals trapped in on that skin. Especially strawberries. Don't ever put a non-organic strawberry in your mouth. Make sure your strawberries are organic. And people look at me funny when I say that, and if you understand how strawberries are sprayed with herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, and then it seeps into the ground, and then the strawberry sucks it up, that causes cancer. So we don't want to put any chemical in our body or in our children's body that would do that. So again, organic is best, fresh is best, and you want to follow the rules on your fruit. Now, I just want to mention again, if I haven't already, that tomatoes can be counted as a fruit and a vegetable. All right? So you're good to go. We're going to email this video to you so you have it. You can refer back to it if you have any questions. Again, I want to remind you that if you have any question whatsoever, please email me right away, and so I can answer that. I do like to answer questions. I like to have your questions answered. You are not bothering me. I want to help you. I want you to do the best you possibly can on the NutriMost program. People come in all the time on their weekly body composition analysis appointments, and they're getting off their meds and their life is changing. If you can, make sure you take a before picture, and maybe take a picture every week, because you're going to see yourself shrinking, honestly. Now, I want to talk about personal products for a minute. You got to make sure you don't touch anything with oil or sugar in it. I made the mistake of making bacon for my kids, and I'd be hungry later in the day. Hunger is a sign that you've been exposed to an oil or a hidden sugar. So really watch what you touch, because your body absorbs that oil very quickly, and it takes the attention off of your stored fat. It goes directly into your bloodstream, and your body will go, oil in my bloodstream, I'm going to eat that first. But unfortunately, it does not go back to your stored fat. It asks through your mouth for more food or more fat, and then you'll be hungry. So hunger is a sign that you have been exposed. So make sure you don't touch anything. Personal products, I used baking soda for toothpaste my first round. I didn't even wear deodorant my first round. And when I did when I found some deodorant, it was the wrong kind. So you really have to pay attention. There's oils in everything, and even sugar. So NutriMost has a wonderful line of shampoo, conditioner, body lotion, deodorant, and toothpaste. Awesome. In fact, my children use this. They don't need to use it, but they love it because it's clean, it's chemical